Welcome to the channel, everybody. So today we are going to be continuing our push for Cavalier. We're getting pretty close there. We're going to be doing Act 5.4.2. So a couple things to talk about here. The path that we did choose is the masochism path. Now what that is every 7 seconds the next debuff that would be placed upon the defender is removed, and instead they gain 5% of their health back. So it's kind of a mixed bag watching how many debuffs you're putting on them, but at the same time, if you're dealing enough damage, you can overcome that 5% regen easily enough. Now, everyone on the path is going to have masochism, but they will also each have an additional buff as well. Now, keep in mind again, this is another one of those levels where it is map locked, so you cannot preview your champions before you go look at them or the path or anything else. But I will show you which way we went to be able to get there so that you know which way to go to get to the path that I'm talking about. First up on that path is going to be Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, who on top of the masochism will also have insecurity, which basically means that every time he puts a taunt debuff on you, it will actually also deal direct damage to you as well. So you're going to take a little extra out of him beyond what you normally would. And then we go over to Doc Octopus, who has Mirror Image on top of the masochism. Now for that, at every 7 seconds, he will copy any Cruelty, Precision, Fury, Resistances, Armor Up, or Regen buffs that you have upon you as well. Then you're going to go over to Yellow Jacket, which is, like I said, everybody's got the masochism, and then he's got Enhanced Weakening. This is going to mean that he is going to do extra damage as well. Civil Warrior, after that, has Enhanced Stun. So keep in mind that you want to watch out. Don't let him parry you. Also watch out on that SP1 because he does inflict stun off of that. So if you get caught up on that, you're going to be looking at increased stun duration on those. Electra also has enhanced stun, so you're going to want to watch the same thing with her. Make sure she's not catching you in any kind of stuns because they are going to take longer, which gives her more opportunity to beat on you and less opportunity to beat on her. Next up, you're going to get Winter Soldier, who has an Enhanced Special 1. He's a fairly straightforward fight. Just go ahead and make sure that you're watching that SP1. After that, you're going to get Hulkbuster, which has Enhanced Armor Up. So he's going to be a little harder to take down because he is going to have a better defense. After that, you're going to be looking at Enhanced Crits on Iron Fist. So be careful on how many hits you're taking from him because his hits are going to be even stronger than normal. Finally, you're going to get over to the boss node, which is Morningstar for this one. She does have a few things going for her. Right off the bat, she does have enhanced regen. So she's going to be regenerating 150% more than normal. She also has special attack heal block, meaning if she connects with any of her special attacks on you, going to be heal blocked for 10 seconds. Also, she has Oppressive Curse, meaning any time that you block one of her hits, she's going to gain an additional soul charge. So you're going to have to watch that because you want to keep from her getting too many of those soul charges. You'll pay for it in the long run. Lastly, she has Shatter, meaning any buffs that she nullifies off of you, she will also do 1,300 points of direct damage for nullifying those off of you. So be really careful on that. Champions who stack a lot of buffs are going to eat a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and look at the team that we brought in for this. Right off the bat here, we brought in Captain Marvel movie, Apocalypse, Overseer, Aegon, and Cable. We brought in Cable in there for the synergy with Apocalypse so that he'd be at full genetic charges right off the bat. Captain Marvel movie to do a lot of the work. Aegon to pick up the slack, and Overseer for anything that the two of them didn't directly handle. Right off the bat here, you're going to see what you're going to want to do is go directly straight in front of you. That is going to get you over there to that Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, and we will start the path from there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how the fights went for us. Okay, so we brought in Captain Marvel movie for Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, obviously going for that class advantage and going with one of our strongest champions. This one was pretty much just make sure that we were repeatedly getting the parries off so that we could get her charges up, and that was going to be all we needed to do here. We did take a couple hits on this one. It was one of those things that, those little slip ups can be major towards your health. But at the same time, if you can stick it out, especially with a champion like Captain Marvel movie, once you get that ramp up, get all those binary charges to max, and can set off that special 3, you're not going to really have to worry about too much life that they have left. You'll see that several times throughout this path. Obviously, we were able to turn around and utilize that for us to go into Doc Ock right afterwards, who again is also tech. So we were going class advantage, came in here already indestructible, and with our binary charges going off, we should probably pushed up to the special 3, but we were able to finish him off without taking hardly any damage whatsoever. We brought in Aegon for Yellow Jacket, again the class advantage, and trying to build him up, knowing that we're going to need to get several fights in where we're able to get his combos going so that we can get that full benefit. Obviously, we'll never hit the full benefit because we're not going to be doing 1,000-point combos by the time we get through this path, especially not using Aegon every single fight. Turn around and bring Captain Marvel movie in for Civil Warrior here. Like I said, do be careful with him. If he gets those stuns off, you will pay for him. He did catch us on that SP1, and unfortunately that did set off my charges before I was ready for them to be used, and that was a mistake on my part. I know how to dodge that SP1 very well, and still it was just a little too close at the time and knew better. So we had to come back in. We brought her health back up. Again, back to the game plan, get her charges built up. You can see there we're getting the repeated parries. We're already at 19 charges, getting really close. 21 there with another parry. He sets us off. We've already got the SP3 fully active, and we're going to take a huge chunk off of his health. Still have a little bit left on those binary charges. So since we didn't fully finish him off in one single go on that, go ahead and pick up a few more binary charges for the next time that we need to use her. Unfortunately slipped up there, and that bit us, so we did have to revive and come back in one more time. We could have brought in Apocalypse or another champion and still made it through this without having to use the revive, but considering we knew we were going to use them for other fights, it was okay to go ahead and use the revive and bring her in and let her be a little more advantaged going into another fight later on. So we then came over here to the Elektra fight. These are going to be two very straightforward, quick fights. Apocalypse makes short work of both Elektra and Winter Soldier, which you're seeing here already. Elektra down, and now we're going to go ahead and get over here to Winter Soldier. We've all seen Winter Soldier get beat up on way too much over the years, and it's about time that he gets a little more respect, because he has been the contest punching bag for far too long. So he's out of the way, bringing Captain Marvel movie in with already a few charges on her against Hulkbuster, and just going to build up to that SP3 and those 25 charges so that we can go ahead and walk through him. Now you're going to see here we do push our boundaries a little bit, because we actually do let him get to his SP3 before I got to full charges, and we were just kind of baiting him up because I wanted to make sure that it was going to be one and done when I set it off, and that's exactly what it ended up being. We could have easily taken that SP3 and it would have been a detriment to us, but we were able to carry it over, so we do still have those charges left if we were able to need her again. That is always helpful. We brought in Overseer here against Iron Fist, which should have been a fairly straightforward fight, to be truthful with you, but he got a few really good crits in on us and actually ate down so much of my damage. So we tried to bring in Aegon and slipped up again. Surprisingly enough, where we actually had our success, we brought in Cable and finished him off. Cable was really supposed to be only in there for the synergy purposes, but brought him back anyways. So by the time we get over here to the boss node, which is Morningstar, we purposely had Apocalypse in place for this battle, knowing the amount of bleed that she can do is as ridiculous as it is. I wanted somebody that was going to be bleed immune, and as you saw there, it took just a few moments into the fight before he had that bleed immunity, and we were able to go ahead and just finish this off quickly. And that's pretty much all she wrote, folks. Straightforward match, easy team aim to pick through, and a very easy path to go through. Just remember to take in consideration how many buffs you're putting on yourself and how many debuffs you're putting on them, and you can easily get through this path to open up your next level, which will get you another step closer to that Cavalier title as we are now. We do have videos coming out the next few days in the Paragon and Cavalier series, and then we will be continuing this over the next few weeks. We'll be done with this 100% once we get it all taken care of, so that we're looking at about July on those. And I will see you then over the next few series. For that, we will have a live stream on Sunday and the crystal opening on Monday. So I hope you guys can join us back for those. I do really appreciate every member of the community, all the people who have liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys back for the next one. Peace out.